Proud to Serve award, and this time it's a bit different.
Yes, the recipient is a police officer. Yes, he puts his life on the line every day, just like other first responders. But this officer just fought a battle against an enemy that he couldn't see, and it almost took his life.
I take pride in what I do, my job, and I try to do the best that I possibly can because that's how I was raised. You know, I wouldn't want to disappoint my family or my friends or myself.
That's the life lesson that we can all take away from Officer Dave Tenorio. Dave went into the Air Force right after he finished high school. That began a life of service, first in the military and later in the police department.
It's an honor to serve this city the way that I have for so long, and I'm very proud to have been chosen, however it was, to do what I do.
He met a woman during his time stationed in Wyoming. She was from St. Louis, which is how he ended up here right before the Great Flood of '93.
I had to actually fill out an application for the police department and to go full-time guard. Whoever got to me first was where I was going to go.
The police department called first, and that's where his focus then turned.
Being in the traffic unit and on the motorcycle unit, I get to be involved in just about every single thing that goes on, anything major that goes on in the city.
But several weeks ago, Officer Tenorio got sick, as did his wife. He ended up at St. Luke's while she was stuck in the house.
It was the most difficult thing I've ever been through. It really was, because I had to be quarantined at home, and so I was home alone the whole time.
She wasn't able to visit him in the hospital as he deteriorated. His lungs were failing, as was his body, so doctors put him on a ventilator.
So this doctor called me on that following Sunday after he was admitted, and she just told me, he's not doing very well. You know, and you just kind of become a puddle where you kind of feel like your whole body's melting into the couch, you know, and your arm is tight because you're holding that phone and you're thinking, I can't believe this is happening.
The ventilator wasn't helping, and a nurse told her that the drugs weren't working very well either.
I said, okay, well, I'm praying every day. And she said, well, I'm glad to hear that because I believe prayer works. And I said, well, I just want you to know that I believe in you and your staff, and I believe in St. Luke's Hospital. And I just know that this is in God's hands. He's working through you, And she said, okay, well, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
So they decided to try ECMO, which is a treatment that uses an external pump to circulate blood and oxygen throughout the lungs. The treatment worked, and so did the prayers.
I told Dr. Leidenfrost, I will raise you up for the rest of my life because you're the one who made that decision. He's like, no, the nurses did all the work. They saved him. No, you made the decision. You said, we're doing this.
Officer Tenorio was recently profiled on Fox 2 as he was being released from St. Luke's Hospital. That was the first time that Kathy had seen him since he went in.
I was just like I had an out-of-body experience. I didn't feel like I was really there. It felt like a dream, I just couldn't believe there he is, that's Dave.
And now he's back home, just not back to normal quite yet. But he is the winner of our $500 prize from the law firm of Brown & Brown. Ed Brown often sees him at Blues games, so this one was special for him, too.
And we're glad that he's healthy and back with us, and we look forward to getting him back to work, hopefully at a hockey game soon. We love the guy, and we wish him good health for way into the future, many more decades to come.
A lot has happened since Officer Tenorio went into the hospital, as law enforcement has also faced a lot of scrutiny. So why does he do what he does?
I've been asked before, why are you still a police officer in the city? There's so many things going on in the city and the only reason I can say there's a lot of good people in this city that still need us. And that's why we're here. That's why we're all here doing the job that we do.
That's why he's the winner this month. To nominate a first responder, military, or veteran, and to see more about Officer Tenorio's story, just click on this story at fox2now.com. That guy's got quite a story, doesn't he, Glenn?
Absolutely, yeah. Our weather story.